Today, we are talking about embracing mindfulness in your daily life. This topic of mindfulness is something that is so hard for us to wrap our heads around. Like, mindfulness is a super buzzword. Be mindful, be mindful. Like, I hear it everywhere. What does it mean? How do you incorporate it? Like, let's dig into this. In today's fast-paced world, in our society of go, 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 sign up for this, do this, be here, go there, all the things, it can be so challenging to find moments of peace, to find stillness amongst all the chaos. Like, everything feels so chaotic. We have no time to breathe. And what's worse is probably that most of us are so uncomfortable being still. Like, if we're sitting still, if we're doing quote unquote nothing, something's wrong. We have to be doing all the time. And within this group, obviously, as women, we often juggle multiple roles and responsibilities, whether it's work, parenting, our partnerships, our friendships, our family relationships, our own hobbies and leisure, which, to be frank, just always take a back seat, our well-being, our health, that often comes very low on the list for us. We just leave very little time for ourselves. And so I want to remind you that taking care of your mental well-being, your physical well-being, your heart, your space is not selfish. It's necessary for us to find good health, to be happy, to find joy and peace in our days, right? Like, it is so important, but it often comes last. So I want to explore how you can incorporate meditation and mindfulness into your daily routine. You hear me talk about them, and I talk about them almost interchangeably in a lot of ways, because for me, meditation is creating that mindfulness. It's slowing my mind down, giving myself a break, allowing myself to breathe and be still. And that carries into the rest of the things I do each day. It carries into how I move forward, the decisions I make, what I take action on, all of that. So obviously, as I just mentioned, one powerful way to sort of cultivate this mindfulness, to incorporate mindfulness into your day, is meditation. And this has been around for a very long time. It's not something that's new, but it has been used for centuries to quiet the mind, to reduce stress, to promote emotional well-being, which does trickle into our physical well-being. A lot of times, if we have physical things happening that are not something that can be explained, they don't have an answer, sometimes it's stress. Sometimes it is from all of the stuff that we are carrying around with us. Meditation allows you to be present in the moment, tuning out that noise of the world, allowing yourself to connect, to hear, to feel what is inside of you. So I want you to remember that mindfulness isn't about becoming a different person or about escaping reality, but it's about engaging with the present moment, responding with intention rather than reacting out of habit. And we have talked about this before, the react versus respond. And so when you think about, as I mentioned, like being intentional, how am I moving forward? What am I choosing? What am I taking action on? That is where this mindfulness can really come into play. So how do we do this? It could be as simple as setting aside 5 minutes each morning to sit in silence, to focus on your breath, to really slow down. You could drop that 5 minutes into the middle of your day if you're feeling like things are really just chaotic and hectic and you need a moment to break. Allow yourself to feel grounded, to feel centered, to really connect with you. You'll notice if you build this consistently, if you do this over time, you will find yourself taking deep breaths when you start to feel stressed. and you're not even thinking about it. Your brain is trained to tell your body, let's take a deep breath. We just need a second here to reset. Some other things you can do, mindful movement. So, going for a walk. Yoga is often connected to meditation and mindfulness pretty strongly. Pay attention to how your body feels. Pay attention to the rhythm of your breath. Pay attention to your footsteps. Again, we're giving our brain, our mind, something to focus on that we can actually feel what's happening with us, that we can actually feel what's going on inside of us and how we are moving through the world. So I want to do a simple breathing meditation together. This is something that's kind of new in this space. So I want to share just something that you can do very easily. And you can come back to this spot. We're about 6 minutes in here, and you can do this whenever you need to. So the first thing is to find a comfortable seated position. Generally, if you are in a chair, to have your feet flat on the floor. If that's not possible, maybe a pillow or something, just so your legs aren't dangling. A lot of times what happens there is your feet fall asleep. That gets uncomfortable, and we can't sit still, right? You can rest your hands in your lap if you wish. A lot of times I just kind of hold them in my lap like this. You could cross them across your chest to really sort of feel. I like to encourage you to feel what happens in your body. You can close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so, or you can just soften your gaze. You can pick something out in front of you and just kind of focus on that. And so I'm going to ask you to bring your attention to your breath and notice the sensation as it enters and leaves your body. So go ahead and inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And notice how that feels. If you have your hands across your chest, maybe you're noticing how that feels as your body rises and falls. Maybe you're noticing some tension in your body release. If you were clenching your fists, clenching your jaw, your shoulders felt tight, allow that all to relax. And as you continue to breathe, imagine each inhale as a wave of calm washing over you. And each exhale is a release of that tension and stress you have in your body and in your mind. Allow your breath to become slow, deep, and steady. With each inhale, silently say to yourself, you could say this out loud if you wish, I am present. And with each exhale, again, saying to yourself, I am at peace. Inhale, I am present. Exhale, I am at peace. Repeat these phrases with each breath, allowing them to anchor you in the present moment. Continue to breathe in this way for a few moments, letting go of any distractions or thoughts that may arise. If you feel your mind wandering, simply return to focus on your breath, that rhythm and how it feels. And you can come back to this at any point and stay here longer if you wish. But when you feel ready, gently open your eyes. Wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit just to bring some energy back into your body and notice how you feel. That was short, that was sweet, but how do you feel? What happened in your body? Was it uncomfortable? Did you start to feel fidgety? Did your mind start to wander? Or did you find a little bit of peace and a little bit of calm and comfort throughout that short practice? So remember that you can come back to this simple breathing meditation whenever you need a moment of calm and centering in your day. Like you can do this in as little as 30 seconds. You could do this for 5 or 10 minutes, whatever you have available to you. And consider embracing this practice of mindfulness so that it can bring you greater peace, improve your well-being, and just give you more calm in your daily life. As you go about your day, pay attention to triggers. Pay attention to those moments where you feel stressed, where you feel anxious or overwhelmed. And instead of letting those emotions take over, those thoughts take over, pause. Take those few deep breaths. Repeat, I am present. I am at peace. Whatever that looks like for you. It can be that simple. Allow yourself to observe your thoughts and your feelings without any judgment and just create a space between that trigger, that thing that is kind of stimulating your body, and then your response to it. And so this is what mindfulness is to me. This is what I teach. This is what meditation helps us do, is to take the things that are happening in our lives, triggering stress, overwhelm, anxiety, fear, doubt, the list could go on, those triggers, those things that trigger that, and putting a space between so that we can respond in a thoughtful, intentional way instead of letting the stress take us and spiral out of control. So that is a power that we have. It is as simple as that. Now, I'm going to end with the fact that I know that this is challenging. It's simple, but it's so easy to do. It's easy not to do. Okay. So I encourage you to put that 5 minutes into your calendar, spend 5 minutes somewhere throughout your day practicing this, because again, your body will start to naturally know when to create that break. Your brain will start to think, I need to pause. I need to take a little time to work through this before I go off the deep end, right? So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that this was something that having this practice, being able to come back to this and repeat it, is something that you can use to help you in your mindfulness journey, and know that I am here to support you. I am here cheering you on. The more people in this world that we can help slow down and really enjoy their lives, the better. And so I'm grateful for all of you being here. I'm grateful for you tuning in, for practicing, for trying to implement some of these things into your life, because it does really, really make a difference beyond what we could ever imagine.